Okay, folks, we are back. Work on some Hebrew and see if I can get my streams going here. There we go. So this has been a Hebrew study that I have been working on here. And I have a couple tools that I use. And so this is really just a study exercise for me, but I hope that other people are getting some benefit out of it. But I have progressed to Unit 3, and I'm on Shiur Shloshim Shavua. Shiur Shloshim Shavua. So I think that's what 37 is. Shiur Shloshim Shavua. Let's see here. That might not be right. 37.
שיעור 37.
Besheva. There we go.
שיעור 37.
Shiur Shloshim Vesheva.
שיעור 37.
Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're saying Shloshim, that's 30. And then Sheva is 7, so it's 30 plus 7. So that's how you do a number in Hebrew. And so it looks to me like this has got, it's a bit of a short chapter, but it will take us a while to get through this because, I like to cover every little nook and cranny of it and get the most benefit out of it as I can. So with that, let's take a look at our thing here. And this we're going to put, I want this to be moved up right there so that it's out of the way. And then I can get rid of it if I need to. I can bring it back if I need to. That's perfect, except it doesn't like to stay where it's supposed to be. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Hashavua shel Einat. I recognized this Einat here. This Einat is a proper name. So Hashavua is the week shell belonging to Einat. So Einat is, like I say, it's a girl's name. Shavua shel Einat. Let's see here. Hashavua. There we go. Hashavua shel Einat. There we go. It looks like, I'm pretty sure that's Hashavua. Hashavua. There we go. This week. And then shell is belonging to, and then Einat. There we go.
השבוע של עינת.
Einat.
השבוע של עינת.
So it's almost like this Einat has, it's almost like it's got a serif under it. But you don't see the vowel pointing anywhere. But it's AY. So it's like Einat. But it's got this yod here, which is, I'm not sure if this, that might have sort of a diphthong kind of thing there. So it might be Einat. I'm more prone to say Einat rather than Einat.
השבוע של עינת.
Einat. As they got a little bit of that yod sound in there. Okay, so the week belonging to Einat. Bayom, then let's see here. Rishon, let's see, on the first day, Einat, Kama, I think that Kama means gets up. Basha'a, Tesha, Vachatzi. Okay, so she gets up and she gets up at the hour of Tesha. I think that's 9. The Hatzi is 9.5. So let's double check that. Bayom Rishon Einat Kama Basha'a Tesha Vahitza. Tesha Vahitza. There we go, 9:30, that's right. Bayom Rishon, and this is supposed to be Einat. Let's see, Einat gets up, Basha'a. Yeah, there we go, at 9:30.
ביום ראשון עינת קמה בשעה 9:30 בבוקר.
It's almost like Bahetzi, there it is.
ביום ראשון עינת קמה בשעה 9:30 בבוקר.
Vahetzi, there it is. So Vahetzi is like and a half. So you've got Tesha, which is 9.5. So that equals 9:30, and it's in the morning. So how do we know it's in the morning? Because of this word right here, kama, gets up.
ביום ראשון עינת קמה בשעה 9:30 בבוקר.
Okay, so she got up at 9:30 in the morning. Hashiurim Shel'ah, so the classes belonging to her, but universita, in the university, Matahilim, let's see, Matahilim, I think that's the one that means begins. Matahilim. If I can get the pronunciation proper, Matahilim. Matahilim. Yeah, that's right. Starts.
מתחילים. מתחילים. מתחילים.
Matahilim. Okay, so they start. So Matahilim, they start. Rock. I think that's the only one. Let's see here. But Echat Acharei. Let's see. Rock only. Echat. That's at like number 1. 1 Acharei Ahatzurim. I think that's one in the afternoon, but let's go through there and just see if we can get that. Hashiurim Shalah Universita Matahilim Rak Be'ekat Acharei Hatzuharim. Okay, that's right. So the lessons belonging to her. Get this to work here. Okay, Hashiurim Shelah, her classes, but Universita, at the university, Mata Hailim, that starts, and this rock starts only. This rock here starts only. So notice that there. This rock here starts only. Be'echat acharei, at 1, and then acharei hatzuharim, I think it's hatzuharim, it's 1 in the afternoon.
השיעורים שלה באוניברסיטה מתחילים רק ב1 אחרי הצהריים.
But I think this is, we need that there.
השיעורים שלה באוניברסיטה מתחילים רק ב1 אחרי הצהריים.
Hatzuharim, there it is. Hatzuharim, there it is. So it's 1 in the afternoon. Our classes at the university only start at 1 in the afternoon. Okay, so we got that. Now, he, Ochelet, she eats, Arochat Bocher Tova, she eats a really good breakfast. Notice this here, this arochat is a meal. Boker is in the morning, so it's like the meal in the morning. Tova, it's a really good meal. It's a good meal in the morning. Let's double check that. He okelet arochat boker tova. Yeah, she eats a good breakfast.
היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר טובה.
Yeah, she eats a good breakfast in the morning. Okay, ושתה כוס קפה. Okay, and she drinks a cup, she drinks a cup of coffee, cafe, right? Let's see. Achar, kach he, after this, I think that kach is achar kach he yoshavit. Let's see. He. Then she sits. Okay, ahar chak. So after this, she sits.
אחר כך היא יושבת. אחר כך היא יושבת.
Okay, so after this, she sits, yoshevet, baheder, shala, let's see. The baheder, I think, is in the apartment belonging to her. The lomedet, and works. So let's double check that. Baheder shala velomedet. Get the right button here. She sits in her room and, oh, it's studies. That's right, not work.
אחר כך היא יושבת בחדר שלה ולומדת.
Okay, so after this, she sits, Baheder is her room, Shalah belonging to her, and Velomedet. Okay, right, Lomad means to study. She studies. So she's getting up at 9:30 in the morning and she has a really good breakfast. She drinks a cup of coffee and she sits down to study. So she sounds like a good student. She studies before classes, right? Bashtayim, let's see, Asare, let's see, Bashtayim, so that's at 2. Esre, I think that's 2 hours. Let's take a look at that one. Bashtayim Esre. Yeah, 12, that's right. That's right, because it's this is 10. So this is 10, and this is Bashtayim, and this is 2. So you put that together, and it equals 12, right? And that's 12 noon. Okay, so at 12, Bashtayim Esre. He yotzet, she, what does she do? He yotzet leuniversita. Okay, she goes to the university. That yotza means she goes forth. She's going forth to the university.
ב-12 היא יוצאת לאוניברסיטה. ב-12 היא יוצאת לאוניברסיטה.
Okay.
ב-12 היא יוצאת לאוניברסיטה.
Okay, so she goes to the university. She goes out, veyotzet, leuniversita. All right, so she goes out to the university. So she studies until 12. So she probably gets a good couple of hours in a study. But Yamim Shani. Okay, so let's see. On the day, Shani. I think that one is, that's got to be Tuesday, probably. No, that might be, because this says Bayom Rishon. That's got to be Sunday. Because remember that Bayom Shabbat is Saturday in Israel. So Bayom Rishon is Sunday. So then Bayom Shani, it's got to be Monday, right? And everything's different in Israel than it is here. They don't have the same 2-day work. They don't have the same two-day weekend kind of thing. Everything stops on Shabbat, but Sunday is a work day. It's, you know, people go to work on Sunday. Now, some people do here too, especially in the lower classes, but you know, they work at a grocery store or whatever. But traditionally in America, there's always been like a 2-day weekend, that kind of thing. But Yamim Shani. Okay, on Mondays. That's right.
בימים שני.
Okay, so basically, instead of saying bayom, it's using bayamim, which means on the days of the first. So literally, it's like Mondays plural. So it's establishing a pattern here. Bayamim shani, shlishi. Okay, so let's see here. See, on Mondays, on the days of Monday and shlishi, I think shlishi would be like, that's like the third day. So that would be on Monday and Tuesday, I think. Shlishi. On Monday and Tuesdays, that's right. And then Vareva'i. And Wednesdays. Okay, so remember, Reva'i is Wednesday. She goes on Wednesdays. Einat, Ovidet. Let's see. Einat. So this would be the girl. Ovidet. I think that's the work one. We'll double check that. Works in the morning. So it must be that on Sunday, she goes to classes. She gets up at 9:30 in the morning. She eats a good breakfast. She studies, and she leaves about 12 in the afternoon because her class starts around 1 p.m. at the university. So this is where we are right here. And then, but it says on Mondays, on Tuesdays, and on Wednesdays, it appears to me that she is working in the morning. So she's like a working student. Einat Ovidet Boboker. Yeah, that's right. I think it's to get that Einat is a tough thing. Einat. Really get it to sound out so that I can get it in here.
בימים שני שלישי רביעי עינת עובדת בבוקר.
It's a nut.
בימים שני שלישי רביעי עינת עובדת בבוקר.
Ovedet boboker. Okay, so she works in the morning. All right, so he's riha, she wants. I think that's the want one. Lakum. Let's see, mukdam. That's that one there. I'm a little bit fuzzy on. Let's see what that is. I think this he's riha means she wants. He's riha lakum mukdum. Okay, let's see here. He zricha. There we go.
היא צריכה לקום מוקדם.
Okay, so he's richa. So it's not the want one. The want one must be a different one. It's he's richa. She has to get up. Now this lakum is to get up. To get up, and mukdam is early. Early, mukdam. So it's got to be, this is a richa. It's got to be, it's like she has to do something. He's richa. Lakum mukdam. She has to get up early. Okay. Kihi zrika, because she has lahiot, to be be'ovda, at work, basha'a tesha. She has to be at work at 9 a.m. That's what that sounds like to me. But let's double check that. Ki hizricha lahiot ba'ovda basha'a tesha. Yeah, she has to get up early because she has to be at work at 9 a.m. That's right.
היא צריכה לקום מוקדם כי היא צריכה להיות העבודה ב-9 בבוקר.
Okay, so she has to, let's see, get up at work at 9. All right, so let's continue on here. Hikama, let's see, she gets up, bashamone vahasi. So this shamone sounds like an 8 thing here, but I'm not, I'm going to double check that. Hikama, she gets up, b'shemone v'hatzi. That's like, it's 30 something. So it might be something like 8:30. So let's double check that. Hikama, b'shemone v'hatzi. That's right. She gets up at 8:30. I was right about that.
היא קמה ב8:30 בבוקר. היא קמה ב8:30 בבוקר.
Bashmone. Bashmone. Listen to that one there. Bashmone. Remember, with this modern Hebrew, we don't have the advantage of vowel pointing. So it's hikama bashmone vahatzi, which is 8:30 in the morning. Okay, shota kus cafe. Okay, so basically we're talking about the days that she has to get up early to work. Remember, she gets up at 8:30 a.m., but she has to be at work at 9 a.m. And what are the days that she has to work? Remember, she goes to classes on Bayom Rishon. That's Sunday. If you look down here where it says Bayamim Shani, Shlishi, Bavrevi'i, so that's like, we've got Shani would be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She is working, essentially. And so what is she doing? She's getting up at 8:30 a.m. She's quickly drinking a cup of coffee. Shota kus cafe. Varatza, let's see. Varatza and levoda. Let's see. And that ratza has got to be go to work. I think that's what that is. Varatza levoda. Yeah, she wants to go to work. That's right.
היא קמה ב8:30 בבוקר רוצה לעובדו.
Yeah.
היא קמה ב8:30 בבוקר רוצה לעובדו.
Okay, it's got to be ovda, not ovdo.
היא קמה ב8:30 בבוקר רוצה לעובדה.
Okay, and she wants to go to work. He oklet et arochat haboker. Okay, so she is eating. What is she eating? Arochat haboker. She's eating breakfast. Shala. This is belonging to her breakfast. Bet ovda. Oh, she's eating breakfast at work. That's what she's doing. Let's double check that though. He ochelet et arochat haboker shela be'ovda. Be'ovda. Oh, come on. Pretty sure that ovda. Wait a minute here. Ba. Let's see. We need this to be back here. And then yeah, that's right. I was right. She eats her breakfast at work.
היא אוכלת את ארוחת הבוקר שלה בעבודה.
Ba'ovda.
היא אוכלת את ארוחת הבוקר שלה בעבודה.
Shela ba'ovda. Okay, so this is what's happening here. He ochelet, she is eating it. What is she eating? Arochat haboker. This is the meal in the morning. That's breakfast. Shala, it belongs to her. Let's see. This is the tough one to pronounce sometimes for me. Ba'avoda. I think that's what that is.
היא אוכלת את ארוחת הבוקר שלה בעבודה.
Ba'avoda.
היא אוכלת את ארוחת הבוקר שלה בעבודה.
Ba'ovda. Okay, so at work. All right, so we got that. All right, so Bayom Hamishi. So remember, we're covering, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And now Hamishi, that's the 5th day, that's Thursday. He kama, let's see, Bayom Hamishi. So that's like Thursday. He kama, she gets up, but Tesha Vahatsi, that's 9:30. I bet you she's got another class. Bayom Hamishi, he kama, but Tesha Vahatsi. Yeah.
ביום חמישי היא קמה ב9:30 בבוקר.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so in the morning. Hashior Arishon. Okay, so the class, the first class, that's what that's saying, the first lesson or the first class. Hashior Harishon Shelah, belonging to her, Matahila. I bet you it's Matahila. I bet you that's what that is. That means it begins or it starts. Hashior Harishon Shelah Matahil. Yeah, the first lesson belonging to her, Hashior Harishon Shelah Matahil.
השיעור הראשון שלה מתחיל. השיעור הראשון שלה מתחיל.
Okay, it starts by Echat Esrei. So this is going to be like at 1, and Esrei is like, no, that Ba'akat is going to be Ba'akat Esrei. I think that's 10 plus 1. So this is the 10, and plus this Akat is 1. I think that's 11 a.m. I think that's what that's saying there. But let's double check it. Ba'akat Esrei. Ba'akat Esrei. Yep, that's right.
השיעור הראשון שלה מתחיל 11.
Akat. It's like Achat. Achat Esrei.
השיעור הראשון שלה מתחיל 11.
Yeah, Echat Esrei. So that's 11 a.m. So that's when her first class starts on Thursday. Hi ba'a la universita. So she goes to the university. But Esrei, let's see, she goes to the university at 10. That's what that's saying. But Esrei at 10. Eser Bahatsi. So it sounds to me like she's going to university somewhere between 10 and 10:30. So let's double check that. Hi ba'a la universita. Ba'eser. Eser Bahatsi. That's right. Okay, that's what I thought.
היא באה לאוניברסיטה ב10:30 בבוקר. היא באה לאוניברסיטה ב10:30 בבוקר.
Okay, so what it's saying here is it's like an approximation. So he ba'a, she comes. This ba'a means to come. La universita, to the university, but eser, between eser v'hatzi, so it's like 10 and 10:30. Ve'ochelet arochat boker, and she eats. This is eating. Ochelet arochat boker is breakfast. Look at this. Let's see what this one is. But cafeteria. Look at that one. But cafeteria. That's a transliteration of an English word. But cafeteria. She eats breakfast in the cafeteria. Remember, her class is at 11. I tell you what, this girl is she doesn't leave any leeway room, does she? I always like to have, when I was in university, I always like to have plenty of room in time. I want to have time, but it's like she gives herself a half hour to get there and then to eat. So we can presume that maybe she's eating in 10 minutes, maybe in 5 minutes. Maybe she's wolfing it down just so that she can get into the class at Eser Echat ve'esre, which is 11. Okay, so she eats Bayahadim Havarim Shalah. So she's eating in the cafeteria together with the friends belonging to her. That's what that says. Bayahadim Havarim Shalah. Now let's double check this here. We got to the Vahatzi one. I want to start here. Ve'okelet arochat boker b'cafeteria b'yahadim hahavarim shela. Yeah, that's right. Now that's not hahorim. That would be parents. It's hahavarim. Hahavarim. There we go. With her friends. Okay, so she comes to the university.
היא באה לאוניברסיטה ב10:30 בבוקר ואוכלת ארוחת בוקר בקפיטריה ביחד עם החברים שלה.
Yeah, Bayahadi'im hahavarim shelah. So this would be her friends right here. But Yahad means togetherness. By the way, that word right there is where we get our Yahad for our ministry. Means together, means we're together ministering and encouraging one another in the faith. So this bet is like in togetherness, ba Yahad. Im hahavarim shalah, with her friends. So she's eating with her friends. Okay, so that covers Thursday. Now we need to talk about what she does on Friday. Yom Shishi. Okay, so on day 6, this would be Friday. Let's see. Looks like a Bayom Shishi Shabbat. Look at that. So she's including, so this is including Friday and Shabbat, which would be Saturday. A not lo ovedet. She does not work the lo lomedet, and she does not study. That's what that's saying there, I think. Bayom Shishi, Bashabbat, Ainat lo ovedet velo lomedet. Yeah, on Friday and on Saturday, and does not work or study.
ביום שישי או שבת עינת לא עובדת ולא לומדת.
Let's see, wait a minute here. Shabbat. And we need this here, and we need to get rid of that aleph. Yeah, on Friday and Saturday, Shabbat, Ainat lo ovedet, she does not work, velo lomedet, and she does not study.
ביום שישי ובשבת עינת לא עובדת ולא לומדת.
I keep wanting to put that I sound in there, but it's a not. That's how they pronounce it.
ביום שישי ובשבת עינת לא עובדת ולא לומדת.
Yeah, okay. So basically what we've got here is Bayom Shishi. So this would be like Friday. Vashabat, that would be Saturday. Einat, lo ovedet, she does not work below lomedet, and she does not study. Hilo zericha, she does not, let's see, she does not want, I think that's zericha, she does not want. Lakum, let's see, mukdam, lakum mukdam. I think that lakum means get up early. I think that's what that's saying there. Let's double check that. Hilo zericha lakum mukdam. Well, that got all messed up. Hilo zericha lakum mukdam. Yeah, okay, that's right. So she doesn't have, that's that zerika means she, in this case, it's not about want. I think that want is a different one. It means have to do something, zerika. So, hilo zerika, she does not have. Lakum, get up, to get up. Mukdam, in the morning.
היא לא צריכה לקום מוקדם.
Yeah, lakum mukdam.
היא לא צריכה לקום מוקדם.
Notice this, there's two shuruks here. So if it had the let's say if it had the vowel pointing, the nakud, this might be like this. Might have a shabbat there. This would have a dot next to it, like that. And then this would have a mukdam, would be like, this would be a shuruk there. So we have muk, and then this would be a shavah. And then that would probably have, under the dalet would be like a kametz. So we'd have lakum mukdam, get up in the early, in the morning. But we don't have the benefit of the vowel pointing. So, this is why I use this. All right, so he ohevet, let's see. Lahisaer. That's one I haven't seen in a while. I'm gonna have to look that up. She likes lahishaer bamita. All right, that's we got some new ones in there, or some ones that I just haven't worked with enough to memorize them. He ohevet lahishaer bamita ad sha'a meo haret. Okay. So isn't this one? He ohevet, but that means to stay in bed. But mita ad sha'a meoharet, until late. That's what that is.
היא אוהבת להישאר במיטה עד שעה מאוחרת.
Listen to that word there, lahishaer.
היא אוהבת להישאר במיטה עד שעה מאוחרת.
Okay, so this one here, lahishaer, means to stay in bed. Okay, to stay in bed. So he ohevet, we know this one's pretty familiar, means she likes to do something. This is she likes. Lahishaer.
היא אוהבת להישאר במיטה עד שעה מאוחרת.
Okay, so this stay, this means to stay or to sleep or to bamita, in bed, ad, until she'ah, the hour of, and then it doesn't give you the hour, just uses this word right here, me'uharet, which means late.
היא אוהבת להישאר במיטה עד שעה מאוחרת.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to double check and make sure this bamita means strictly in bed. That's right, it does.
במיטה.
Okay, so then the lahisaer, lahisaer. That right, to stay, that means to stay.
להישאר. להישאר.
And notice it's a sheen here. This is a sheen, so it would have a superlinear dot there. We don't have the benefit of that though. But that's where it would be, a superlinear dot, lahishaer. So it's the sh sound rather than s sound. So it's he ohevet lahishaer bamita. That means to stay, bamita, in bed. Sha'a meoharet, which means until late. Doesn't give us an hour. I had a lot of fun with that, and I hope that you guys did too. That was good practice for some of our vocabulary. And so that's essentially, so it sounds to me like on Sunday she's got classes, on Thursday she's got classes, but on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she has to get up early and go to work. So that's when you're working with the language in a text like this, when you continue to work with it, you start to getting exercises relative to reading comprehension. And that's what this is about, reading comprehension. Because just trying to learn words and just trying to doesn't mean you can string them together. It doesn't mean you know anything about grammar. It doesn't mean you know how to say anything or read something and comprehend it properly. Okay, so that's why I like these kinds of university texts, because they force you to not only learn the grammar, but reading comprehension. So the higher levels where you're starting to, trying to understand the language in a way that is workable, so that you could get by if you ever went to whatever country of language you're studying. I've always had an interest in Israel, always had an interest in Hebrew. So there's that. All right, so we have she'elot. This would be questions. And let's see, what is our, I want to try see where our, okay, so yeah, the questions are here. So they've got those. So I wonder what all this is here. This must be just extra stuff that this is like instruction stuff here, but then they've got this here, which is, these kind of questions don't have an answer key. So it looks to me like these questions are okay, so let's see what it took me a little while to get through that. Let's see, we are at 40 minutes, so I've got plenty of time for those questions. All right, so let's see here. We'll get our little thing down here. Bring this back up there. All right, so here's She'elot. These are questions. Okay, so ba'ezo sha'a einat let's see, matahila. Let's see here. I think the evod, le'avod means to go to work. So when, what hour? I think that's what that's saying. What hour? Ba'ezo sha'a einat matahila la'avod. Okay, but Azo Sha'ah, this does not like to put Anot in there.
באיזו שעה עינת מתחילה לעבוד? באיזו שעה עינת מתחילה לעבוד?
Matila. It's a little quicker, isn't it? Matila.
באיזו שעה עינת מתחילה לעבוד?
Matahila.
באיזו שעה עינת מתחילה לעבוד?
Okay, so at what hour? So what time? So in what time or what hour? In what hour does Anot Matahila start work? La'avod. Okay, so this is just reading comprehension, as I suggested before. And so where can we get that answer? It's going to be, I can see it right here. But Yamim, Shani, this would be Monday, Shalishi, Tuesday, Varevi, let's see, Wednesday, Enot, Ovedet, Baboker, gets up in the morning. Okay, so it talks about she gets up and Kihi, Zarika, Lahiot, Ba'ovedah, Basha'ah, Teisha. So she has to be at work at 9 a.m. And that's what the question is. But Ezo Sha'ah Inot Matahila La'ovedah. And so basically what they want us to do is they want to start writing the language. So you're not just going to put 9 a.m. You have to, Inot gets up, Kama. Okay, so let's try that. Inot gets up, which is, so it'd be like Inot, Kama. There we let's see. Oh, I bet you it's Kum. No. What's that one that's get up? That one that's gets up. I think it's let's see. Kama Bashmone. Let's try that one. That's right. That's it. Gets up.
עינת קמה.
Okay, so Einat Kama, she gets up. See, at what time does Einat go to work? I don't even think I need that gets up. I think I could answer that by saying she goes. So I'm going to need this one here. See, where's that one that means to go? It's that one that we saw up here. Okay. Okay, Akerkak. Yoshevet, that's okay, but Shtayim. Okay, so this is there it is. Yotzet. I bet you it's Yotzet. Yotzet. That's it. That's right. She goes out, and then le'ovada. She goes out, le'ovedet. She goes to work. Okay, we're getting that right. Okay, so not yotzet le'ovedet. She goes to work. Basha'a tesha. Basha'a tesha. There we go. Leaves for work and she goes to work. Now this says leaves for work. She goes out for work.
עינת יוצאת לעובדת 9 בבוקר.
Okay, so the question is, באיזו שעה עינת מתחילה? What time does at what hour does? So that doesn't answer the question either, because basically we just need to say her work starts at her work starts at 9, right? Let's see here. There we go. Ha'ovada shala matahila batesha baboker. That's what we need right there to answer that. So ha'ovada, the work belonging to her. So we have shelah, belonging to her. Matahila means to start, right? Matahila ba tesha. Okay, Batesha, and then we could put Bobo Care because it's in the morning, right? I'm running out of room here. It's kind of sloppy there, but we've got Ha'ovada, the work, Shalah, belonging to her, Matahila starts, Batesha Bobo Care at 9 in the morning. So I think that's a good answer. Let's see what they have in their answer key. Okay, so they put it a different way. He matahila, she starts. Let's see. Looks vod to work, but tesha basha'a tesha. Okay, so she starts to work. But basha'a tesha. She starts to work at 9. So they put it a different way. That's fine. Mine worked just as well, and theirs is good too. Notice that the ba'ezo sha'a, so in what hour, einad matahila le'avod. Okay, so ba'ezo sha'a, so in what hour does einat matahila start to work? Does she start work to work? All right. All right, so how about this one here? This is an interesting one. I don't think I've seen this one in a while. But Ilo Yamim Einat Ovedit. Okay, so this, I bet you just by looking at the context, on which days does Einat work? Just looking at that context there, I think that's what that's saying there. But let's double check it. Be'elo Yamim Einat Ovedit. Okay. Yeah, what days ovedet. There we go. What days, on what days?
באילו ימים אינת עובדת?
Yeah, but eizo yamim einat ovedet. So on what days does einat work? Okay, so we could put something like einat ovedet, she works bayamim on the days. Okay, so it's asking, but ezo yamim einat ovedet. Okay, so on what days does einat work? Einat ovedet bayamim. Einat. No. Einat. There we go. Ovedet. Okay. Einat works ovedet on days. So let's go to so these days up here is what they got. Shani, Shlishi, Varevi'i. Shani, Shlishi, Varevi'i. There we go. I think that's a good answer.
אינת עובדת בימים שני, שלישי ורביעי.
Okay, so Einat works on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that's what's up here in the reading. Bayamim, these three right here. Okay, so so how do we put this? We start out with Einat. So Einat ovedet. Remember, this is a girl, so we're using the feminine form of work. Okay, so Einat ovedet bayamim. Okay, and so Shani would be like Monday, right? Shni. Shlishi would be Tuesday. And then Varevi'i. Okay, so that's what I've got there to answer that. So we've got Be'ezo Yamim. So on which days Einat ovedet? On which days does Einat work? So what I start out with here is I have Einat ovedet works Bayamim on the days Shani, Shlishi, Varevi'i. So that would be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Okay, so let's see what the answer key says here. Okay, so Ba'ezo Yamim Einat ovedet. So on what days does Einat work? Okay, so now notice they start out by they don't just name her in the answer, because it's already been referenced who it is in the question, the she'elot. So it's like they just use the pronoun, the personal pronoun, she. So I'm probably going to have to start getting in the practice of doing that, because probably when I use Einat again, it sounds somewhat, what's the term? It's too specific. Okay, so he ovedet bayamim shani shlishi varevi'i. That's essentially what I had. Now look at this other one here that they've included. He ovedet bayom, and look at this on the day. Look, they've got a. What in the world is going on here? They've got he ovedet bayom bet, bayom gemel, and bayom t. Let's see, b, bayom g, bayom d. That's curious to me. I'm not sure what they're getting there with that. It must be that There must be abbreviations for days in Hebrew. That's the only thing I can think of there, why they would have that. All right, so maybe we'll get into more study on that. All right, so okay, Ephah, Einat, Okelet. So I think this is the when one. When Einat eats arochat. When does Einat eat arochat Okelet, arochat boker bayom shishi? Okay, so when does Einat eat breakfast on, and that shishi I think is Tuesday probably. Ephah Einat Okelet arochat boker bayom shishi. Oh no, the shishi is it's shlishi, not shishi. Shlishi. There we go. Ephah. So Ephah, where does, that's what that is. Where does Einat Okelet arochat boker bayom shlishi? Okay, so
איפה עינת אוכלת ארוחת בוקר ביום שלישי? איפה עינת
still uses Ephah, doesn't it? I thought in the feminine it might be Ephah, but it's not. It's Ephah. So basically what this would look like is that would have a holem, like a superlinear holem on there to get that Ephah sound. And then Einat Okelet arochat boker bayom shlishi. Okay, so where does Einat eat breakfast on Tuesday? So we've got to figure this out here. See, I think this shlishi, she's going to work. And he's a richa lakum, he's a richa lahiyot be'obada. Batisha, okay, so he kama Bashmone Bahatsi. So she gets up at 8:30. Shota kus cafe. She drinks coffee. Baratsa leoba. And she goes out to work. Oh, there it is. She eats breakfast at work. He okelet et arochat boker shala be'ovda. Okay, so she is eating et arochat boker shala be'ovda. So she's eating at work. So that's where she's working. And this is asking Ephah Einat Okelet arochat boker bayom shishi. And that's the day. That's included right here. So she's eating at work. So it's asking where. So we have to give a location in the answer. So what can we say? We can say that he, Ochelet, arochat boker, be'ovda. He, Ochelet, arochat boker, be'ovda. Let's see, Okelet arochat boker. That doesn't sound right. He Okelet arochat boker. It would be at work, but ovada. That's the problem right there. That right. Okay, so he Okelet arochat boker.
היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה. היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה. היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה. Okay, so this would be the answer. This would be a good answer here. We're going to start out with he. Notice that I'm switching to the pronoun. He ochelet, which would be eat. She eats. Okay, so he ochelet arochat boker.
Okay, so arochat boker, she's breakfast. Ba'ovedah. So that would be at work, right? The bet would be in with or on or at work. Ba'ovedah. Avoda, ba'ovoda, I think is what it is. Okay, so we've got, here's the Efo, Einat, Okelet. So where does Einat eat breakfast, arochat boker, bayom shishi? That would be on Tuesday, right? So I remember that shani, shishi, v'reve'i, so that's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She eats at work. Here it is right here. He okelet et arochat boker shela be'ovedah. That's the answer. So that's what I put. He okelet arochat boker be'ovedah. Ba'avodah. I think that's how you say that there.
היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה.
אוכלת.
היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה.
Notice that you have to get the rhythm too. אוכלת.
היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה. היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה.
Okay, so היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר בעבודה. Okay, so essentially here, I think that's a good answer. So let's see what the answer key says. That's number 3. Okay, so Efo Einat Ochelet Arochat Boker Bayom Shishi. Okay, so where does Einat eat breakfast Arochat Boker Bayom Shishi, which would be Shlishi, which would be Tuesday. Bayom Shlishi, on Tuesday, he Ochelet, she eats Arochat Boker. Oh, look at this one right here. Bamisrad. Oh, they threw us for a curveball here. Look at that. Bamisrad. So I think that's in the office. So, we didn't have any idea where Einat worked at. It just said she went to work. Didn't say she worked in an office. But let's double check that and see what it says. Bayom Shlishi, hi ochelet arochat boker bamisrad. Yeah, at the office.
ביום שלישי היא אוכלת ארוחת בוקר במשרד.
Yeah, she eats at the office. So basically, we didn't even know that where she worked at. Did she work at an office? She work at a construction yard? Did she work at a restaurant? Was she a waitress? But you know how they threw us a curveball here? Just by their answer, they tell us, give us a clue as to where she's working. So it's an office job somewhere. All right, but that was correct. I got that. I think we got that pretty good. Okay. Matai Einat Matahila. So let's see here. Lila mode Bayom Kamishi. Okay, so that Matai one is Matai Einat Matahila Lila mode Bayom Kamishi. Okay, so Matai. There we go. Okay, so that's the when. Einat. There we go. When does Einat start to study Bayom Hamishi?
מתי עינת מתחילה ללמוד ביום חמישי?
Okay, so to study, it literally says to study, but in their translation, they're saying, when does she start school on Thursday? But I think technically this means Lila mode means to study. Okay, so when does Einat Matahila start to study Bayom Hamishi? So that's a Thursday. So remember down here, Bayom Hamishi, Hikama Batesha Bahatsi. She gets up at 9:30. Hashior, let's see, Harishon, her first class belonging to her, Shalah, matahil be'achat esrei. Be'achat esrei. So that's it starts at 11. Okay, so when does Einet start school on Thursday? Okay, so that's the answer. Her classes, hashiorim, or how about we say hashior? Hashior matahil be'akat esrei bahamishi. Okay, I think I could just put Shelah in there. Yeah, her class. That's right. We don't start out with he. We just say Hashiur Shelah. Matahil starts by Esrei Bechot Esrei starts at 11. Vehamishi. On Thursday. Okay, I bet you it would be Behamishi. Yeah, there we go.
השיעור שלה מתחיל ב-11:50. Okay,
so I think that's a good answer. Matai Einat Matihila. So when does Einat start to study Bayom Hamishi on the day on Thursday? So I could just write it out by saying Hashior. So Hashior Shelah, belonging to her. That's kind of a bad lamed there, but Matihil. That starts. When does it start? Ba'echat. There it is up here. Ba'echat Esrei. Let's get rid of that. Let's get an eraser here. All right. Ba'echat Esrei. That's what we need right there. Ba'echat.
השיעור שלה מתחיל ב-11:50.
Bahamishi. Okay, so I'm going to have to go down here and put Bahamishi. Okay, so Bahamishi is Thursday, right? And so notice Bayom Hamishi, on the day Thursday, Hikama Batesha Vahatsi. So she gets up 9:30. Hashior Harishon, her first class, Shalah, belonging to her, Matahil starts Be'ekat Esrei. And that was the question. Matai not Matahila. So when does Einat start Lil Mode to study Bayom Hamishi on Thursday? So it's a class. It's on Thursday. But actually, this says to study on Thursday. You know what? That's kind of a trick question because it's not saying she's going to class. It says technically that she studied. So, you know what? I'm somewhat suspicious here that up in here, it says something about that she starts to study before class. But I think that only references Bayom Rishon, because that one starts at like 1:30, right? So I think I'm gonna stick with this right here. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's all just working with the language. So let's see. All right. So Be'ezo yamim einat lo, wait a minute here. What's going on? Matai, okay, so when does einat matihila lilamod bayom hamishi? Okay, so here we go. He matihilad. Look, notice how they use this hey here. So that is something I've got to put in there. He matihila lilamod, to study. Basha'a ekot esre. Okay, so I got that right, but let's see. Basha'a ekot esre. So, okay, so that's good. Okay, so let's take a look at number 5 here. About Elo Yamim. I think that Elo is on which days? But Elo. I just want to get the exact pronunciation right, though.
Be'elu.
But Elo. Let's see, on which days? Yamim. Inat lo ovedet or ovedet. Does she not work? Below lo medet. Okay, so that's a simple one. On which days does Inat not work and she not study? Remember, that was this one right here. Bayom shishi v'b'shabbat. So those are the days. So I could put she. We could put she lo ovedet velo lo medet. She lo ovedet velo ovet lo medet. He lo. Okay, she doesn't ovedet. She doesn't work and doesn't lomedet bayamim shishi v'b'shabbat. Okay, she does not work or study on Fridays and Saturdays. Okay, so this is a question down here. So va'elo, but in which yamim days does einat lo ovedet? She does not work. Below lo medet. She does not work or study. So which days are those? I'm going to answer it by saying she does not work and does not study bayamim shishi v'b'shabbat. Okay, so he lo, she does not. Ovedet would be she does not work. I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah. He lo ovedet velo lo medet. Remember, lo medet is work. Okay, so he lo ovedet velo lo medet bayamim, on the days. Remember, we're saying on the days. Bayamim, and what are the 2 days? Shishi v'b'shabbat, and on Shabbat. So I'm going to come down here, finish this up. So that would be Friday, shishi, yamim shishi. These would be the days Friday, Shabbat, which would be Saturday, right? Okay, so that's a pretty good answer, I think, to that question. I think I'm doing pretty good there. Okay, so let's double check number 5 and see what we have for number 5. All right, number 5, but elo yamim einat lo ovedet velo lo medet. Okay, so on which days does a not work and not study? Okay, so here they are. Bayamim shishi v'bashabat. So on Friday and on Saturday, he lo ovedet velo lomedet. Notice how they turned it around. I just put straightforward. She does not work and she does not study on bashishi v'bashabat. But the answer is correct. The answer is correct. So we got that right. All right, let's see what we got here. Now, notice this one. This one is a fill in the blank, and it's kind of throwing us a little bit extra here. It wants us to fill this part, and it wants us to fill this part. So this will be the last one I do for the day, because I think we're probably well past an hour. I have a feeling that we are. Yes, we are. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Kol boker, every morning or all morning, blank. Aval lo kol boker, but let's see, but not every morning. So every morning, what? Wow, that's a tough one. Because it doesn't give us much to work with, does it? Kol boker. Boker. Yeah, every morning.
Kol boker.
Every morning, but not every morning. So it's got every morning what? What do we put in there? But not every morning. What? Ay vey, what am I going to put in there? Okay, so let's see. In this case, she gets up at Tisha. Let's see, she gets up at 9:30. Okay, she gets up at 9:30 there. Let's see here. Okay, so when does she get up? Ainet Ovedet Baboker. She works in the morning. Okay, come on. Lahiot. Let's see. Oh, okay. But Tesha, oh, there it is at 9. So she's getting up at 9. Now this one is Tesha V'Hatzi. That's 9:30. This one here on these Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she gets up at Tesha. That's at 9. I'm just trying to find what is the same with all these days and what is not the same with all these days in the morning. Okay, she doesn't get up at the same time. That might be what goes in here. But what does she do? What is she doing that she does do the same on all these days? Now it can't include this here because we've got the Arkat. So she is Ohevet Lahi Sa'er Bamita. It doesn't say, so it's not the eating one. So if the eating one is not what she does every morning. And she doesn't get up at the same time every morning. So what are they trying to get here? To be honest with you, sometimes I get stumped like this. I just want to learn what the answer key says. So let's go to the answer key and just see what the story is. Okay, so Kol boker not okelet erochat boker. Okay, well that was simple enough. She eats breakfast every morning. Okay, I can fly with that. All right, so she eats breakfast every morning. Ina okelet erochat boker. She eats breakfast every morning. Avalo kol boker he okelet. See, what is this right here? She eats bahared. Bahared. Let's take a look at that one. Aval lo kol boker he okelet bahared. Oh, baheder. Baheder. But she doesn't eat Aval lo kol haboker hi okelet. But she doesn't eat in the room all morning. But hey there. That can't be right. Okelet. Aval lo kol haboker. But every morning she doesn't eat baheder in the room. She doesn't eat every morning in her room. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. She doesn't eat in her room every morning. So it's about location. That's what this is getting at here. Location, location. Now take a look at this one here. Here's another option they gave us. Kola boker, every morning, a not kama, she gets up. Aval lo kol boker, he kama mukdam, but not every morning she gets up early. So that's another one that could have been put in there. Okay, well, that was a mind twister for me. Aval lo kol boker, he kama mukdam. But not all morning she gets up early, but not every morning she gets up early.
אבל לא כל הבוקר היא קמה מוקדם.
Okay. Okay. So that was an interesting exercise there, I think. All right, so that's it for me today, guys. I am studied out. And so we're gonna add that there. That's where we'll start the next time. And we'll look at some of these things here. And we'll try to answer these as best we can. It looks like we got some kind of a chart here. I kind of wish they had an answer key to that. Let's see here. All right. Get rid of that one. Get down here to Unit 3, answer key. We're on 37. That's all they give us is just questions here. They're not giving us the answer key to the other stuff. So we'll just have to bumble and stumble through it as best we can. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. Frankly, I enjoy working with the language, and I hope you guys do too. So I'm back at it. And I'll put my details down there. Reach out to me if you want to study together. I'm learning this and I'm studying this together with you guys for those who have interest. And so until next time, Lahitraot, see you later. Let me get the Alt Q. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Lahitraot, see you later.